any type of reporting? Are you reporting up to anybody? Any KPIs that anybody's looking for? Anything like that? Or is it kind of self?
Yeah. So beyond just making sure the shelves are stocked, there's stale percentages and shrink. So those are two of the two terms.
What are they?
Stale and shrink. So
can you explain those?
Yeah. So stale is typically just they'll set a percentage, and you can't have more than 3% of your product is stale.
And who determines that?
The bakery.
Okay.
So like whenever you have stale product that you return, they will basically not count it against you if you're below that threshold. But once you get above whatever the stale threshold is that they set, then there will be, they basically won't buy it back from you.
What does that mean? What does that indicate? What is that indicating if you have this high stale percentage?
Yeah. So think about it this way. If you're putting this bread on the shelves and you're not doing a good job of rotating it or having the fresh, you want to make sure that the stale gets purchased. If it doesn't, then it's a waste of product. It's a waste of the bread. It only stays fresh for a certain amount of time. And actually, we're in a world now. I don't know if you've seen any of those apps that scan the ingredients.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of bread companies that did a lot to make bread that would last longer on the shelves as like an experiment to make because then you can sell more of it. But now preservatives and things like that are things that people are, especially younger generations are like looking for the special types of bread that check all the boxes. And so now they have to move back to more natural ingredients, and then it stays fresh for even less time. So you have to be really on your game about making sure that you're rotating that stock so that the right bread gets sold at the right time and that you don't have any stale, because it's just a hit to the bakery's bottom line if they got a bunch of product that they're having you put out on the shelves, but you're not doing a good job of making sure that it's at the front so that it gets purchased.
Okay, because I know, like me, like I pick from the back anyway.
I know. There's plenty of people that ruin that anyway. Yeah, I do the same thing.
So you better come in every day and double check that bread, because if they're like me, I'm picking from the back.
Yeah, and some people do that, and sometimes it depends. That's the other thing. It depends on like the demographics in your area. There's some areas where it doesn't matter what you put on the shelf, whatever's at the front gets taken, and there's some where stale gets picked through and you're going to have a higher stale. So you have to kind of find ways to maybe move that stale to different stores or find, that don't get picked through. So that's part of kind of the nuance of it too.
Isn't there like a thing where the color of the twisty is like a different day or something like that?
Yeah. It's an easy shorthand that you can.
How does that work? Do you know that?
I don't know the exact colors.
Like green is one thing, white is another thing.
It's like an easier way for when you're putting it on the shelves to visually see which ones you need to rotate without having to actually find the stale or the expiration date on every single one of them.